I've always picked up odd jobs to get by. Landscaping, junk hauling, cleaning foreclosures. Nothing glamorous but paid the bills. So when a friend told me about this gig cleaning out old storage units that had been auctioned off, I didn't hesitate. The company was small. Just me and this older guy named Rick. He'd been doing it for years. "You'll see some weird stuff," he warned on my first day. "People store the strangest parts of their lives and forget about him." At first, it was exactly what I expected. Boxes of clothes, broken electronics, furniture covered in dust. Occasionally something valuable like an old guitar or vintage tools. But then we got called out to a facility just outside the city. One of those big metal warehouses surrounded by nothing but gravel and barbed wire. Unit 106. The woman running the place said it had been untouched for over 8 years. The last payment had stopped suddenly, and no one had ever come to claim it. Legal stuff had delayed the auction, but now it was cleared. Ours to clean out. Rick Pride opened the rusty door. Inside was pitch black and humid. He handed me a flashlight and said, "You take this one solo. I'll do 105 next door." I stepped in. The air inside was musty, but not in a way that screamed mold. More like something stale, dead. The first thing I noticed were the boxes. Dozens of them. All uniform. All sealed with black duct tape. No labels. I opened the first one. Inside were neatly folded clothes, identical white button-down shirts, like someone's uniform. Underneath them were personal hygiene items still sealed. Toothbrushes, deodorant, razors, all unused. Strange, but not creepy. The second box, though, that one made me pause. It was full of VHS tapes, all unmarked. No sleeves, just black tapes, some dusty, others pristine. At the bottom of the box was a camcorder. Heavy, dated. I clicked it open and saw there was a tape still inside. I slipped it into my backpack. I don't know why, just instinct. I kept going. In the far corner, hidden behind a dusty mattress, was a metal locker, like the kind you'd see in a high school. It wasn't locked. Inside were rows of notebooks, each one identical. Black cover, red binding. Every page filled with tiny handwriting. I flipped through one. Each entry was a date, followed by descriptions of a person's daily activities. Not the writer's activities, someone else's. The same name appeared again and again. Chelsea, always written in bold at the top. March 18th. Chelsea wore gray again. She left her apartment at 8:52. Picked up a medium coffee, no cream. Smiled at the barista. Her mood, lighter than yesterday. The entries were obsessive. Every page was like that. Same girl, same tone, page after page after page. That's when I started to feel really uneasy. I looked around the unit again. Everything in it was too precise, too clean. There were no signs of clutter, no junk. It felt more like a museum than someone's forgotten storage. I opened another box. Inside were Polaroids. All of the same woman, young, brown hair, always caught in candid moments. Walking, shopping, sitting in a park, never looking at the camera. Some were dated. The dates matched the journal entries. I was sweating now. I backed out of the unit and waved Rick over. He stepped inside, took one look at the layout, and said, "Jesus, this isn't someone's storage. This is a shrine." We called the manager back. She seemed nervous, said she'd report it to the authorities, and told us not to touch anything else. So we left. That night back home, I couldn't stop thinking about the camcorder. I finally gave in and hooked it up to my old TV using a converter I had lying around. The image was grainy, but played. The footage showed a woman, Chelsea, walking down a sidewalk. The camera followed her from a distance, weaving through cars and lampposts. She had no idea she was being filmed. The next cut was of her sitting at a bus stop. She looked tired. The camera zoomed in on her face. For almost 2 minutes, it just held there, watching. No music, no narration, just breathing, and then it cut to black. I watched another tape. Same woman, different day. Same vibe. There were at least 30 tapes like this. I want to turn them into the police, but I had no idea how to explain why I had them. What if they thought I was involved? I didn't know what to do. The next day, Rick called me and said he'd gone back to the unit. It's empty, he said. What do you mean? I mean someone cleared it out. Everything. Gone. But the manager said she doesn't work there anymore. Quit this morning. Now I was fully paranoid. I checked my backpack. The tapes were still there, but the camcorder was missing. That night, I kept every light on in my apartment. At 3:17 a.m., I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I let it go to voicemail. When I played it back, it was 5 seconds of silence. Then a man whispered, "You shouldn't have watched those.